Quickly try to look at the next hormone which we'll be discussing as we are trying to lay our foundation into the introduction to chemical pathology. We'll get to talk about what is known as the ADH, antidiuretic hormone. So antidiuretic hormone is quite very simple to talk about. Okay. If you try to define terminologies, if you say anti, something is against. Diuresis is a medical term that means to void out water. In this sense, you are talking about urine. So if you are talking about antidiuretic, that means it's a hormone that is against urine production. Okay? So times when you don't have this hormone, then you now have abnormal excess urine production. Do you understand how you can actually relate to all these things? So antidiuretic hormone, just so you know, is also known as what? Vasopressin. Okay, this image here summarizes a lot of things. Okay. Acts on many different parts of the body, but most of the time, like most effectively acts on the kidneys. So it's also known as arginine vasopressin. It's a peptide. Sorry, I'm trying to move my picture, but it's not moving. So it's a peptide hormone and it's made in the hypothalamus. You can see where it is made. Like from the hypothalamus, it goes down. Do you understand? So it's made in the hypothalamus, then it goes down to the posterior pituitary before it is released. The one in the front is anterior pituitary, the one at the back is posterior pituitary. So it has to go to the posterior side before it is released. So it increases what? Water reabsorption, so to say, it's reducing the amount of urine that the kidney is producing. You know? So that's what we got. So key facts about this: origin is from the hypothalamus, is made there. It comes down to the posterior pituitary, which is not made there but rather stored. That it will now be released from there. It's a nanopeptide, has about 9 amino acid. It maintains water balance. It conditions the kidney on how much urine are you producing. Do you understand? So when it is high, it also what acts on the blood vessels, causing what vasoconstriction. Okay. Produced from the hypothalamus, comes down to the posterior pituitary before it is released. Acts mostly on the sweat glands, kidney, and your blood vessels, but most importantly, acts on the kidneys. The main action of this is it binds to the V2 receptors in the collecting ducts and it activates the cyclic adenomonophosphate. Okay, this leads to activation of protein kinase A pathway. It promotes insertion of aquaporin to water channels into the cell membranes. So there's increased water absorption. Water will be brought back into the body instead of being excreted as urine. So rather you have low urine will be more concentrated. So blood vessels, it also what causes the blood vessels to contract. Okay, it will now increase the blood pressure. All right, so that's the beautiful aspect of this. So regulation by secretion is if there's increased plasma, is stimulated by increased plasma osmolarity. Okay, that means concentration of blood is too high. So to be released so that it will go down to the kidney, make it out more water is absorbed back to dilute the water that is to dilute the blood that is too concentrated. Okay. Okay, it's also stimulated by low blood volume. So you want to increase blood volume by reabsorbing stuffs back, also pain, nausea, hypoglycemia, nicotine, and some certain drugs. It can also be inhibited by alcohol. That's why when somebody takes alcohol, the person is just urinating without any checks and balance. Okay, and also the atrial natriuretic peptide. So these are just the clinical relevance. Diabetes insipidus shows you that what antidiuretic hormone secretion is little, so you are producing too much urine. Diabetes insipidus is nephrogenic, shows you that antidiuretic hormone is being released, but the kidneys are not responding to it. So you are producing enough urine, too much urine, so to say, but the issues are not because it was not produced, it's being produced, but your kidneys are not responding to it. You don't have the syndrome of inappropriate antidiuretic hormone secretions, then liver failure, heart failure, and kidney failures can follow.